I'd like to introduce Eden Templeton, the Health Promotion Project Officer here at the Southern Mallee PCP, who's going to give us a really good overview of where we've come from in terms of family violence prevention and gender equity across the Southern Mallee and our partnership infrastructure. Thanks, Eden.
Hi everyone, hopefully you can hear me. I'll just get the slideshow up. Hopefully you can see the slideshow now. Any nods that you can see the slideshow and hear me okay? Great, so I'll just give you a little bit of a background around where we've sort of come from in relation to gender equity. Anyway. Oh, there we go. So, the Southern Mallee Primary Care Partnership's purpose is to strengthen partnerships within our rural communities to build a healthy, inclusive, resilient Southern Mallee, and we cover the local government areas of Buloke Shire, Gannawarra Shire and Swan Hill Rural City. Southern Mallee PCP provides important local architecture to undertake health and wellbeing strategic prevention initiatives in partnership, such as bringing together the Southern Mallee Gender Equity and Family Violence Prevention networks that we have across the 3 LGAs together today. You should be able to see on the screen our partnership platform, which includes the network, Gannawarra Free from Family Violence Working Group and the Swan Hill District Gender Equity Network. So a little bit of history. Southern Mallee PCP first began work around family violence prevention through interest from a number of members and a need to work more specifically around family violence prevention. Therefore, the Southern Mallee PCP Family Violence Prevention Working Group was established in 2015 to meet this need. Then in 2016, Southern Mallee PCP received funding for the Standing Strong Safe Communities for Women project through Women's Health Southern Mallee, which aimed to align with the Southern Mallee Regional Action Plan for the primary prevention of violence against women, which Tricia will talk a bit more about later. So this funding allowed for a community of practice to be held in 2016 to increase knowledge around the link between gender inequality and family violence, and was guided by our Watchers Change the Story framework. A planning session was then attended by organisations across the Southern Mallee in July 2017. Some of you may be familiar with the Southern Mallee PCP Family Violence Prevention Workshop project, which was developed through this workshop with the aim to create an equal and respectful Southern Mallee community free from family violence. So that project involves 2 phases. The first phase is partnership development and internal organisation readiness. This includes determining governance structure and organisational gender equity audits and action plans. And then we talked about phase 2, which involves a community campaign and evaluation. So this includes connecting with local sporting clubs, gender equity audits in those sporting clubs, and develop plans and provide awareness and education. And the whole project overall has a focus on evaluation and sustainability. So some of you may be aware that organisations conducting the gender equity audits are at varying stages. Some have completed staff surveys and started working groups and some document analysis, whereas others can still see the importance of gender equity, but are held back a little bit by either leadership support and a majority of the time finding capacity and dedicated time to go ahead with these audits. That's just one piece of work that we're involved in. Other initiatives include the Southern Mallee Family Violence Conference, which was held in Swan Hill in April 2017. We've had a couple of Call Me Dad screenings in Swan Hill and Kahuna, which had a focus on the Men's Behaviour Change program. We've been participating along with the networks in the 16 Days of Activism, and the Southern Mallee PCP Buloke Strategic Health and Wellbeing Partnership received $140,000 funding through the Community Partnership for Primary Prevention out in Buloke, but Simone will give you a little bit more information on that later. And we've also been involved in quite a few training sessions such as bystander. So a little bit more about the Southern Mallee PCP role. We play a role in bringing organisations together, providing capacity building opportunities, collecting and outlining evidence such as our data sheets, coordination of meetings, seeking and applying for funding opportunities, and the development of documents. You'll see on this next slide the Southern Mallee PCP Family Violence Prevention Matrix, which is a great resource that we've tried to collect a lot of different websites, plans, and pieces of work that have been done locally around family violence prevention and gender equality. So that's on our website as well. So the importance of family violence prevention is also demonstrated at a strategic level through its inclusion in each of the Southern Mallee PCP, local government area partnership action plans, or the municipal public health and wellbeing plan, and is a shared priority across the Southern Mallee. Some observations over the past 12 to 18 months through the Southern Mallee PCP Family Violence Prevention Working Group, which then transitioned to the Southern Mallee PCP Family Violence Prevention Forum. Work around the family violence prevention and gender equity has changed. So one example is the Southern Mallee PCP Family Violence Prevention Forum recognised and acknowledged a need to work at a local place-based level to really make change within our Southern Mallee communities. So this led to the establishment of the 3 LGA Southern Mallee Family Violence Prevention and Gender Equity networks that you'll hear more from later. The Buloke Wellbeing and Equity Network, Gannawarra Free from Family Violence Working Group, and the Swan Hill District Gender Equity Network. But we also wanted to maintain that catchment-wide connection, which is why we're all here today. Another observation, the understanding behind the causes of family violence has also moved, with the gendered drivers being a real focus, which include from our watch, condoning of violence against women, men's control of decision-making and limits to women's independence, stereotyped constructions of masculinity and femininity, and disrespect towards women and male peer relations that emphasise aggression. One way this has been demonstrated is in the language that we use today. For example, instead of being the Family Violence Prevention Forum, we focused on today being the Gender Equity Forum. Since the establishment of the Southern Mallee PCP Family Violence Prevention Working Group in 2015, together we have come a long way. However, we do acknowledge that the changes in attitudes and behaviours requires a long-term and dedicated approach, and we're very excited about where we're going and look forward to continuing to promote gender equity across the Southern Mallee together. Any questions? I can't see the chat function.
Thanks, Eden. That was a great overview of what's happened across the partnership in the Southern Mallee. Does anyone have any questions for Eden?